Hey, my name is Lyn Salmonson. I'm here with Rick Hendrick Toyota. We're going to do a comparison today with the new 2014 Corolla S model versus the 2014 Hyundai Elantra, showing you the differences and the value of what you're purchasing nowadays and seeing what you're getting for your money. Kind of seeing what buyers can expect when they go to resell their vehicle, and see why we're holding 25% higher than your competitors right now as far as trade-ins and resale to your neighbors. One of the things we want to point out, of course, when we go right underneath the hood of the vehicle itself for the Corolla, you're looking at a dual variable valve timing with intelligent chips with the Corolla. This thing will automatically adjust the air-fuel mixture, allowing us to get better fuel economy and maximize and keep it in control of your fuel economy itself. The Hyundais, of course, they're going to have a dual overhead cam system as well, but they don't house the information as far as having the variable valve timing intelligent chips. So you're going to be spending a little bit more money when you're asking for the power to come out of the Hyundai, climbing a steep hill, which is invariably where you're going to be losing fuel economy. One of the things, of course, we're looking at here, one of the biggest differences, you're looking at a 17-inch alloy wheel when it comes to the Corolla versus the Hyundai. They use a 16-inch alloy. Of course, you can step up. You're going to spend a little bit more money by doing that. They're both comparable as far as fuel economy when it comes down to that. One of the things that Toyota manufactures their vehicles, we use a one-piece body stamp on the vehicle itself. What that means is your A pillar, your B pillar, and your C pillar, your double reinforced beam on the bottom is all one piece. Allows you to have better rigidity. It holds up to crash tests better. We're a 4- and 5-star rating vehicle when it comes down to the body itself and holding up to a structure of an accident. Hyundai does not. They use pillars, your A, B, C pillar with a reinforced beam on the bottom. But where the pillars meet, they use weld points. In the event of an accident, what happens is those pillars where all the weld points meet actually sheathe, they rip apart. It causes for less rigidity, but for accident purposes, it causes your family to be in more of a situation of being able to get hurt. So we definitely want to look at those issues when you're starting to look at vehicles for your family. Both of them, of course, are going to have your dual stage airbags in the front. We also use side curtain airbags all the way back for both vehicles. One of the things Toyota decided to do is just take care of the drivers themselves as well, because they're the ones that are going to be driving and they're the ones that get hurt in the event of an accident. So they use a knee airbag to force your legs back in the event of an accident as well. Let's talk about accidents for a second. We use Formula 1 technology in these vehicles. Hyundai does not. Some of our other competitors, Honda, decided they're going to step up too, but they haven't completely jumped on board with it. We have what's called a star safety system on here. If you're not familiar with that, I'm going to explain it real quick so that you understand when you're going out to buy a vehicle. Let's say you got the entire family on here and you're driving down the road and there's no way you're going to be able to maneuver, but you're going to be in an accident. Formula 1 technology is in this vehicle. In the event of an accident, this whole thing here will crumple up like an accordion. What happens during that accordion effect is your airbag deploys at that billionth of a second. When that airbag deploys, it comes out at 175 psi, tested by Toyota. When that 175 comes out, it's intended to meet you and bring you down, like, you know, so that you can safely, without getting hurt by the bag. Your seatbelt system itself has a force limiter and pretensioner in it, so what happens is your seatbelt pulls you straight back, draws your head and your body back, your torsion of your body back to the seat itself, releases you about a ½ inch into the accident, so you don't have the whiplash going to occur from the front in that instant. It's a one-time charge on that. Hyundai does not have that. That technology will actually save you from having that whiplash can occur from the front of the body. With star safety system, if you got your entire family in there, let's say a child jumps out in the vehicle and you decide you're going to slam on the brakes, you got 3 components that go off automatic. You have ABS systems, anti-lock brake system, which pulsates the brakes so you don't have wheel lock up. Hyundai has it as well. Brake assist, intelligent chips. The number one reason why people slam on their brake and end up hitting the person in front of them because they didn't go to 100%. This vehicle has brake assist intelligent chips, automatically stops the vehicle, goes to 100% in case you do panic, so you can stop. Electronic brake force distribution. What happens is if you have a heavy load in this vehicle and a light load in the front, slam on the brake, or you try to maneuver, this thing will brake harder in the rear, lighter in the front, so everything doesn't fly forward. You also have traction control on this vehicle. So if you find yourself with some muddy roads, or you find yourself in some areas where you're spinning wheels, you stop the vehicle, hit the button, this thing will automatically take the power, decelerate to the wheel that's trying to spin. If that doesn't do it, it applies brake and transfers back and forth, so you don't have that issue. Get out of the hole, go back to normal, and you're back on track. On the opposite side of that is called limited slip differential. What that does is if you're driving down on a rainy night and you hit that little bent of a spin that causes the wheel to spin, it'll automatically apply brakes so you don't lose control of that vehicle. All right. So at the same time, when you're looking at these vehicles and you're looking at the safety for the features of the vehicles themselves, and you use comparisons for those, you'll find that Toyota holds value not only because of the way and the build for safety of these vehicles, but we're doing this so that the customers, the buyers, the people that are sitting in these cars with their families can be rest assured that the #1 vehicle being made in the planet right now, which is a Corolla, since the 80s, is something that you're going to have to not worry about when you're driving clear across country with your family in the event of an accident. You definitely want to make sure you look at structure. You want to look at values, but you don't want to drop the value of a vehicle just to maintain, of course, support to make sure that you can handle what you're doing as far as budgeting, as far as your family's concerned. But you don't want to put their life in jeopardy at any point during those drives too, because you're going to be driving vehicles, and I know you're going to be driving for a long time. One of the things that Toyota is doing now is called Toyota Care. They're giving you a 2-year maintenance program, so you don't have to spend any money as far as the next 2 years on your oil changes, tire rotations, everything in the manual to be taking care of your family for the next 2 years. With Toyota, they're giving you a 5-year 60,000 miles on your powertrain, a 3-year 36,000 mile bumper to bumper. They're giving you a 5-year 60,000 miles on your restraint system and airbag system. They're also giving you a 5-year unlimited miles of perforation, rust, cracks underneath the vehicle for peace of mind. But I think another thing for safety, Hyundai has a 10-year 100,000 miles on their powertrain, but I believe they have to have that for their systems. There's been a lot of issues with the Hyundai transmissions, but buyers need to beware. So I mean, this is a heads up to give you some information. So I mean, if you're trying to save a little money, spend just a little more, because you're going to find yourself saving more in the end. And you don't want to put your family in jeopardy when it comes to saving money for safety. So the other thing is the design and build of these vehicles. The room is pretty comparable. I mean, as far as the Hyundai versus the Corolla, but with the ingenuity and the manufacturing of the Corolla, and it being the #1 resale value holder in the world, we feel like Hyundai's got a long way to catch up. They got a lot of more information they're going to have to get to where we're at, but they are working on it. We don't want to put Hyundai down, but they are a good product when it comes to that. They like to do a lot of things that Toyota has already brought to the table. They use a lot of information that we use in that comparison as well. But I think as far as handling, durability, reliability, safety, all these features that the Toyota Corolla is going to offer versus the Hyundai at this point, you'll find that for you and your family, don't compare it when it comes down to the longevity of what you're going to be able to have, not only for resale value, but at the same time, let's go a little further and let's take care of the families at the end of that result, because after 5 years, you're going to find yourself which way you're going to find is you'll have more money in your pocket when you go to resell these vehicles. So this has been a small tidbit of the differences of the Corolla versus the Elantra, and there'll be more to come. And we appreciate you.